Hey there, how the heck are ya? It's Zefrine and I am back. I had to take a little bit of a YouTube hiatus due to some personal things, but here we go. So today I have for you a very nice speed build of our shell challenge that we're doing on my Twitch channel right now. And a quick few details about this guy. We've got it. This one's going to be titled Newbie Media Center. The cost is 124,974 simoleons. It is built on the Municipal Muses lot in Willow Creek. So this is going to replace the library that's on the lower left. And it can be found on my gallery, which is zefrineTTV on Origin for you. And all that information is going to be down below in the description. So if that suits you, then you can go ahead and check that out too. So I suppose some like thought processes here. So I've never really made a modern style build before. And I also have been really into like a lot of the rounded decks and stuff. So I really wanted to give that a whirl and like try my hand and see what I can make from it. So I tried to embrace a lot of asymmetry. Oh, and backing up for just a second. So you'll notice in the beginning of the video how I actually moved the so there's a basement to it, which is completely okay because it's the same exact like the layout and the shape and everything, and it's aligned exactly how it is. I just like drew it in the basement, deleted it, and then moved the top floor down so it matched up just as it was. So that's something that you can do with my shell challenges, like mine personally, but I just wanted to throw that out there. And also if you're someone who's interested in doing these, the opportunities and like all the stuff that you can do with that and could be a lot different now, but that's something that I opted to do. Because with this particular build, I wasn't really sure with all of the asymmetrical, like weird little like lumpy bumpy bits or whatever you want to say. I wasn't sure how I was going to get that to work with the part that was hanging off on like the side. So I tried to do something a little bit more like abstract looking. So I've never really tried my hand at making a like modern style build before, or like a community lot, I should say, that is modern style. And also, yeah, like I've actually never done a community lot at all. So this is kind of my first take at that. And I really wanted to challenge myself in this way and also use a lot of these different decks and a lot of these different like bump out pieces and stuff to sort of give it a different feel. So here I'm just kind of messing around and seeing if I can kind of get the half like rounded rooms and things to cooperate with me. And like I kind of can, but you're gonna see me adjusting it a lot and kind of messing with a lot of the different like the smaller ones and then like the larger ones and things to kind of get like all these weird swoopy whoopy kind of looks that are going on it, and just seeing if I can make it look coherent and make it look nice. But I think I think the part right here is like the front of it ended up being, and like I know I was messing around with like a lot of the platforms at first, and then I opted to not do it instead just because I wanted them like the majority of them to be like actual working pieces and make it more accessible for your Sims to like walk up and down and everything too. So that was something that I ended up doing. I think the staircase actually stayed pretty good right here. And like here you're seeing I'm like messing around with like trying to do two different staircases, maybe make one of the like the front pieces kind of stick out a little further, but I really didn't like the way that it ended up looking. But I think what I ended up doing is using like two different staircases in the front. So we have like the two pieces of railing that kind of come down. And initially what I was going to do with this weird teardrop piece was I was like, wait, what if I made like this cool little planter for like a tree or something? And then I got to thinking to myself, oh my gosh, this would make a really cool like little entryway for your Sims to kind of go up. And then here is where I really started to mess around with mirroring the like the roof piece and everything. And you'll notice like I really try to do something different and like do a lot of different shapes and everything and like not really make it mirror the bottom. But later in the video, you'll notice that I end up just saying, heck it, I'm just gonna not bulldoze, but like I'm just gonna flatten that whole piece and start fresh on the top part. And then I ended up making the roof piece like a complete flat like replica of all of the shapes that are like on the bottom on the like the decks and stuff like that. And inside, the lighting in your game might get a little wonky if you load the slot. For me, I ended up like fixing it somehow. I have no idea how I did it, but like it's fixed for some reason. But you notice those weird like little black blobs that are in there, but I don't know. It's kind of fixed and it's functional, so it works. Your Sims can like go in and out and walk around and everything. So I mean, it's a win. It works. It's good. But I decided to kind of take that teardrop design onto the inside too. And here, I don't know what I'm doing. I guess I'm trying to like make it all fancy and abstract and tried adding these big round pillars or something. And again, I ended up scrapping that whole idea and just ended up doing something that was completely mirroring the bottom. And I guess like one other thing that I was attempting to do with like the different shapes, and I tried to add different varying heights of like the platforms, and I couldn't quite get it to like look the way that I really wanted it to. So you'll see me messing around with like all these weird shapes and stuff. It's giving very 90s vibes, you know, like if you look at some of the old like prints or something like that, you could see like from the 90s and like, I don't know, kind of giving those vibes a little bit, but like all the weird round shapes and the rectangles, and if you know, you know, you've seen it before, I'm sure. But I'm just messing around with like seeing, and you know, I couldn't really get it to look the way that I wanted it to, especially with the way that rounded rooms kind of interact with the pieces below them, because sometimes you get these weird little gaps that are kind of like messing around. And also I realized here that like I started a different portion of the video. I reloaded it in like a different build session, and oh, there we go. Okay, I fixed the lighting. Okay, we're good. We're fine. But yeah, sorry about that. But details, it's all right. But here, so I suppose me adding like the weird little rounded pieces in this part, like on the top that you'll notice in the entryway with like that weird little teardrop shape that's kind of poking out on the side. It ended up like breaking the room below it, but I think that's something that I ended up fixing a little bit later, but I don't 100% remember. But you can see here, I'm really trying to like create these really abstract shapes, and I don't know, just the way that like rounded rooms operate in The Sims 4, it's really difficult to be able to like get them to overlap in a way that might be attractive sometimes, and it ends up being pretty tricky. But a lot of this is a lot of trial and error, and that is one part of the process that I really enjoy actually kind of like trying to show you guys, because you can see like all of the back and forthness that kind of goes into like the building and stuff. So I don't know, for me personally, I like seeing builders, or, you know, if I'm like watching someone do a speed build, I love seeing them make mistakes like that, or fumble and bumble around with like swatches or something. I don't know. And I'm hoping in my future videos as well to do like more lengthy voiceovers and stuff. So you guys have told me on my Twitch stream, by the way, that link is also down below. I'm a full-time content creator if you didn't know. So you guys have told me on my Twitch streams that you really like hearing the thought processes behind what I'm doing. For instance, like my Twitch community, I try to create like a really lurky experience. That means, what that means, if you're unfamiliar with that phrase, where it's easy listening. And so if there's not like a lot of conversation kind of going or something, I really like to try to explain what's going on in my head as I'm picking through pieces. So that's also one other thing that I am trying to bring forth to you guys over here on YouTube too, because that was a bit of like input that you guys gave me, and I take that stuff to heart too. So I guess like, I don't know, I really was interested in the city living piece, that weird little like flippy, the little bronzy looking thing, whatever, the rusty color. I was trying to like get that to maybe add a little bit of interest to like the roof, or maybe make it look like it's like a weird wall thing, but then I ended up not doing it anyway. Like, wasn't quite what I was imagining. And then I gotta say, placing the staircases, I think, oh my God, yeah, I was gonna try to use platforms here. I struggled with this staircase, and then I ended up like going back outside, I think after this, and like, I don't know what I'm doing here. And then I realized it's just not gonna work. And I'm like, oh, there's not enough room, not enough time in my day for this. So then I just didn't. Isn't that fun? Gotta love the undecisive building. Oh, and then this part, I actually really like this little detail that I did. So I found that sign from City Living, the one that's kind of like in the front there in front of those windows. I really like the way that looked. And then I decided to make it be like, kind of like a key component of the building. Kind of like almost like they changed it into their logo. Like if you go to a city or something, maybe they have like a really popular bridge or a famous bridge or something, or some sort of a landmark on a building or something like that that is really like sort of iconic. So I decided to do that because I mean, I like that sign and it fit the vibe that I was trying to go for. So I'm like, yeah, why not? So I chose the city living windows and the big door. And I gotta say, I wish they had smaller sizes of those windows as well as like maybe single panels, because that would be amazing if we could do that. But yeah. Also, a fun fact that I learned about these windows, because I never use them because they have that weird like blue hue to them. If you actually rotate them looking, so these ones are technically arrows facing outward. So they're facing this way. If you actually like rotate them, one side is clear as you're looking out, but as you're looking in, it's kind of like a frosted look. So it's kind of almost like a one-way window. I don't know. I thought it was kind of interesting. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. But if that's something, if you're looking for like an outside aesthetic, but you don't quite like that blue hue, try rotating it. And then, you know, it can give you a different look. And I'm thinking, you know, the more and more I might try doing modern builds, I might attempt to use these windows, because I really like some of the other swatches they have on there too, because they're just really attractive. But the blue hue kind of threw me off like a lot, but kind of interesting. And then, oh yeah, I think this is like ultimately like the end piece roof that I ended up going with. Again, I've never really done like flat roofs before. I see so many people pulling it off. I think this, like out of all things considered, that this isn't a terrible application for a flat roof. I feel like I could have added something more to it, but I just didn't really know what. And I suppose the more and more that I build with the modern style things, the more comfortable I'm going to become with that idea. And over here, oh gosh, oh my gosh, I forgot about that one part on the left. We're just gonna ignore the fact that that little thingy, I forgot to go back and try to fix that. For whatever reason, that little piece is just, no. It decided that it wasn't gonna have like the little, I think it's like the, oh my gosh, what's it called? The exterior, it's not exterior trim, but the other word. Yeah, I don't remember what it's called, but that thing. And then I used like the trimmy stuff. I think that was from Eco Lifestyle, and it's like this I-beam style kind of thing, and it's pretty cool looking. I don't know. I liked it. And then, ooh, and then I layered some of I made some like little round plantery thingy mabobs on the left and the right of like all around the build that you can see. And then I put some bushes there, and I think it looked really cute. And then I ended up layering some that were from a couple of different packs. One was like a deeper green, and then one was like a lighter green color. And then it just added like a little bit more dimension to that bush for me. And I don't know, I think it looks kind of cute. Then I'm playing around with the idea of like putting like a big sidewalk situation all around the outside. Then I moved that too close and I got a foundation, and that was fun. I kind of messed with this a little bit. I think those little like planter bush thingies are actually on platforms too, because I've been messing a lot more with platforms to sort of give a little bit more visual definition to things. Oh, and then these little corner pieces here where I'm like, oh my gosh, you see them in the corner of the lots? I actually am pretty excited with how something turned out on those. So like later in the video, you're going to see how I make them into like more sitting situations. And I don't know, I think it just creates more of like a friendly, welcoming space. So like I put these planters all around there, and then I put the sign there, and you see I'm messing with some benches right now. Yeah, see? And then I picked like a warm gray. Looks pretty spiffy if you ask me. Then I made it as a garbage can so people can like not throw trash in it and everything. If you know, you know. Pretty awesome. And then I really struggled around with the idea of like what kind of landscaping that I want to do. Because again, I feel like landscaping is one of my weaker suits. I'm not very inventive with it. I see so many people making things so effortlessly, or at least what I think. They just throw such unique, interesting landscaping together. And I just don't know. So I messed around with those bushes, and then I tried to do like a bunch of like these weird lavendery looking thingies for a little bit. After like some of these like daisy bushes or those black-eyed Susans. And then whatever that thing is. Oh, I made that into like a pillar. I thought that was really cool. So like it looks like it's growing around the pillar. And I messed around with these planters for a little while because I really like the way they look. But then I just wish that there was like a center one that doesn't look like it's angled on the end. but I don't think that it exists. I'm gonna feel really silly if it does, and then like I suddenly like realize it, but like it's fine. It's fine because I really like what we came up with anyway. And then I'm picking around and checking some different light posts too. So I think I ended up getting rid of those light posts just because they were debug ones, and I couldn't. I don't know. I know you can like move items or like certain light pieces or light fixtures or whatever inside of them and like size them down to make it look like it's emitting more light, but I just didn't really do it. I think I ended up forgetting to put them back in or something like that. But yeah, again, you can see like I'm messing around with like some lavender bushes, and I'm gonna be real, I don't exactly remember. Oh yeah, that's right. I ended up adding those little bushes. I freaking love those ones. I think those ones are actually from Get Together, and then you size them down a couple times and they're super cute. Like they're really full and lush looking, and I love the look. And then over here on the side, I actually did like another little indent, kind of similar to what we did on like the front part, because I just really like the way that the staircases flow. And then I broke it into 3 different pieces, so then we can get the hand railings on all sides. Then I use this little debug piece here. It's like a little, like a bus stop shelter sort of thing from Eco Lifestyle, I think. Yeah, those things, those are really cool. They're like these weird hexagonal looking things, but I think they're pretty cute. So I put those all on all of the corners, so there's covered like seating everywhere, and then I added 2 of them onto the inside for like a cute little enclosure, which you'll see a little bit more later. Then I'm messing around with like adding little details with those. I think it's called like slate tile or something like that, but these particular ones from City Living, I really like these because they don't snap to walls. The ones from like Get Famous, and then I think the ones from Eco Lifestyle snap to the walls, but these ones you're able to move more freely without having to worry to remove walls or something to get it to fit exactly where you are. So those are pretty cool, but I added them in like place of some hand railings, or like to offer more of like, it feels more like an entrance right there with those added for some reason, and I can't really describe it. And then I put them in front of the windows, and like, I think I might have accented them on some on the inside as well with some walls. I think like behind where the reception area or like the book desk will go. And then you can see a little bit back there where I was pretending that weird gap on like the roof trim or whatever it was, that didn't exist because Sims, that's why. But then over here, I'm messing around with the idea of putting like a separate little side patio sort of deal. And I really wish that I made, the shell, I wish that we had single panel windows of this variety instead of like these 3 or 2 wide or whatever they are, because I would have gotten so much mileage out of that. And I think a lot of us can kind of relate to that. But then here I'm searching, I was trying to find like more of a bluish tint sort of like glass table that was a single. Kind of like slim pickings when it comes to glass tables, especially the smaller ones. But then I found one that kind of worked, and then I slapped some black, some like nice black chairs there on there. I think those ones are from Dream Home Designer thing, that pack, Dream Home Decorator. I don't remember. Animal Crossing is like in my brain too, so it's fine. It's okay. But then I decided to put sort of like little art exhibits on the outside too. I'm thinking like, what are things that people do in public libraries? Says me, a person who hasn't been into an actual public library in many, many years. Art. Yes, art. Sitting in places to read. So I put like a weird little art class thing over here. Ooh, on like the grass. And then I tried to mess around and make like a wall thing. Like sort of as something like an example of whatever like they were going to try to paint. But then I put this easel, and then I just moved it up, and then it's like sitting right there. And I think it's really cute. But that particular painting I think is from Get Famous, and kind of a nice classic swatch. Then I gave him cute little painting supplies and stuff like that, which is pretty fun. And then I moved this, and I was like really, really frustrated with this little area because it's a platform, this little planter box in the corner. And then my leaves kept sticking in the room, and I think I ended up having to like size it down to like a weird place with the tool mod or something. Oh, and then we're onto the inside now. Oh my God. That goes for my squirrely building. It's fine. That little sitting area up there is pretty neat. like I ended up putting, I think like 2 little armchairs in there, like later on. You'll notice I'm like messing with the idea of like a weird little corner sectional, but it felt claustrophobic. So then I just didn't. And then I was going to put like a really nice area over here to sit, like a big couch. But then I remembered that there were people who need to like check all their books and everything. So I thought that this was the most suited spot for a reception area. So here I'm searching through the library items tab to find something that could work, but then I'm like, nah. So then I ended up using some islands or something. And I think, yeah, I made it wrap around this corner to kind of create this like makeshift thing. So then I also couldn't get the laptop to like face the right direction. So you can actually take an island piece and size it down. And if you put it like right there, like I did, like inside of it, and like you can rotate it to face the proper way, then it's still like a functional computer. I realized that I forgot to put a chair there. Pretend! We can pretend. So if you download this build, make sure to put a chair right there because I forgot. I'm sorry. But like in my head, I don't know, like a reception area might not necessarily have like a chair or something, but like, you know, a bar stool could do too. But the oops, things that you notice after the fact. So then I kind of drew like free drew a couple of walls here, and then I added those windows, and then I made like an entryway kind of thing, and I'm pretty proud of it. I think it's cute. And then I use this nice little, the carpeting from Dine Out. And I think it's very library, very public space-ish, you know, like the really low pile carpet. Then over here, I'm kind of messing with the idea. Oh, and I covered up all the weird holes that come when you put rounded rooms or like raised rounded platforms on like normal floors. And I covered it up with that planter that you saw over there. But hey, it's fine. Just slap a plant over it and call it a day. That's kind of like my solution with areas that I don't know what to do in The Sims, but it's okay. It's all good. And then I'm making several little like seating areas, adding some greenery to make it pop a little bit. And I've never used that planter actually, and it's kind of cute. I like forget that it exists most of the time. But then over here, oh gosh, I don't know what I was doing over there. But oh yeah, and then I noticed the plants again. But here I am with the tool mod, kind of messing with it a bit again. Over here. And then I'm trying to figure out a good spot to add like a hanging plant. So there's like some balance over there. Then I make like a little I like these little half circle thingies. I think they're really unique looking. Like they're almost like little love seats. And I'm playing around with the idea of like putting like a little sitting room here, like a little sitting area. I think I end up taking out that lamp though. I think I might put like a light fixture over it. And like, speaking of light fixtures, I'm kind of messing around with like the things that I wanted to add, but since we have the theme of circles going, I decided to use a lot of like different circular pieces. I thought I'd point that out too. So like you got like the little circle tables that are kind of going on the inside, the little half circle like love seat thingy mabobs. And then over here, by the way, the reason why I was raising up the basement, because you can actually drag it like a foundation. Since we were on we were on a foundation outside, the basement was actually a little bit too low. So there was like this weird dead space gap that wouldn't catch like anything. It would just be like gray. It wouldn't catch like any sort of, what is it called? The things, wallpapering. It wouldn't catch the wallpapering or anything. So I decided to like push it up a little bit. The reason why I pushed it down in the beginning is because it was kind of like popping out of the ground and like making it pucker up a little bit. It was weird. But then in, over these windows, I think I opted for, I think those are either city living or eco lifestyle. I think they're city living swatches for the curtains, but I opted for those, made that little seating area at the top of the stairs. And then I decided to bring a little bit of warmth on the inside, making it a little bit nicer by using some of the couch swatches that had a lot more of like the browns and like maybe like a creamier white. So it didn't feel so like stale. So down here, what I'm doing, I knew that I wanted like a little playroom for the kids, and I think it's just fun. I don't know. I was playing around the idea of like using different mismatched pillars and stuff, and I couldn't quite find the right vibe that I wanted to go for. So I think I actually ended up using like Stranger pillows. Pillows. Yes, those are pillows. Clearly those are pillows. Strangerville pillars. And then those adorable little like toddler room stuff, like the picket fence things. I don't know. It just reminded me of the sunshine. So that's why I ended up doing it. Cause you got like your little clouds, your little like gradient thingy there. And like your little rainbow thing from Get Famous that's sized down a couple times, but it was cute. And here I'm selecting something that kind of looks like really fun and quirky and different that might suit this room a little bit. And so I picked this whimsical swatch from this couch that was from, I want to say movie room, like movie hangout stuff or whatever, I think. I can never remember the exact names of the packs, but you know, we're like halfway there. And here I'm messing around with like different bookcases and fun little toys. There's like cloud lamps and stuff like that that are in here, but just trying to make it really fun and like really warm and inviting and like a place that you would absolutely 100% want to go to play and like read a book and hang out when you were a kid. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm 30 years old, but I am really jealous of that playroom right now. Like, I'm not even lying. So then down here, this was a journey. I couldn't find something that looked like super weird and repetitious with all the books, you know? Like, I ended up getting away with it upstairs a little bit, I think with the Moschino stuff pack, or it was like Seasons. I don't remember which bookcase I put upstairs. I think it might have been Moschino. But finding something that was like the nice black tone, something that was looking modern, something that would have worked with the space and look really full like a library would and not really sparse with the bookcases, you know? Because if you look at some of those swatches, ooh, I think I ended up using these ones. These ones are from like university, I think. I got smart and I used the black filter because I never do that. I always forget. But I ended up using these. And then I remembered that I could make my walls higher so then it would work better so I don't have to push them into the ground. But I ended up making, like putting some curtain thingies from like Base Game or something like that over the top to sort of bring it more of like a modern feel. And here I'm messing with some different desks and stuff. And they had like this yellowy, like glass look to them and everything else looks blue. And that bothered me. So I think I ended up using, oh my gosh, I don't remember what desk. We'll see in a second here. That it looks better. It's like more of like a real clear glass, but it looks better than whatever yellowy tone that was, especially since we had like that blue glass going everywhere, all over the place there. But then I'm adding some curtains to kind of make it look a little homier, a little less stale down here. Got some cute curtains. Put like the little, little facade, like the slate slat wall things between the desks. Then upstairs, by the way, backing up a bit, to bring even more warmth, I made the bookcases brown, which I think is cute. And here I'm adding those curtains that I was talking about. I think it just dresses them up, making them a little more modern. I don't know, it made me feel better about myself, so I liked it. Then I end up putting like a mirror in this corner, I think. I was messing around with the idea of like bringing more greenery in through like the paintings, but then I just did that and planted a mirror. It's kind of like, you know, your easiest, most readily available fix for like anything. Like not sure what to put, plant a mirror. Maybe an armchair if you're lucky. And then on to the bathrooms. We love gender neutral, by the way. We stan. I think I ended up extending this out a little bit more. Oh yeah, those are huge. Like the bathroom stalls, by the way. Like I build really big, but those are big, like really big. So I don't know. I've never really used them before, but here again, I ended up making the bathroom, like the toilet area a little bit larger. And then it made me feel better to like have the toilet in a separate area instead of like one big bathroom. So it made me feel better. So I did that. And we have like a cute little sink, paper towel, hand sanitizer. Gotta love that. Even a garbage can. Oh, I made it smaller. I lied. And then I put paintings because you need to remember where you are. I think I put like a painting of books so you know that like you're here at the library and not at home because it's so cozy. I'm joking, but maybe not. But then again, I'm starting to mess with a lot of like different swatches and things everywhere, but I suppose, I don't know. Like on the top, I don't know what I was doing towards the end here. Oh, I was trying to fix some stuff and like, oh, wallpaper. Usually before I move inside, I do that, but I didn't for some reason. So then I'm done. I ended up going with like a matchstick style, like wallpaper on the outside, but thank you so much for watching this speed build, by the way. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun putting this one together for you guys. Again, it's a public lot. It's called the Newbie Media Center, named after Bob and Betty Newbie from The Sims 1. I thought it was really cute, and I was like, we need to name a library based off of some iconic people from The Sims, and so it just felt right to me. First library. Love Bob and Betty Newbie, very nostalgic. So that's how it got its name. Again, this is gonna take place or go into the Municipal Muses lot in Willow Creek. Love it. Love it. You can download this on the gallery. All the info is in my details down below. Again, make sure that you check out my Twitch channel too. I'm a full-time broadcaster. I stream a lot, like almost every day. We're doing the Decades Challenge right now. But thank you so much for everything. I don't know what to say. Until next time, as I always say, tomorrow's a beautiful day, especially if you in it, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.